For those who aren't familiar with the term esports, it's a term for organized video game competitions between professional players. Most people believe that these video games are nothing else but something to waste your time on, but these esports are just as real as any other physical sport. Like basketball or soccer, they take teamwork, precision, and the athletes have to be in their peak physical condition to do their best. The Encyclopedia Britannica defines a sport as physical contests pursued for the goals and challenges they entail. Sports are a part of every culture, past and present, but each culture has its own definition of sports. The most useful definitions are those that clarify the relationship of the sports to play, games, and contests. With this in mind, why shouldn't electronic video gaming count as a sport as well? This argument was then reignited on July 18 to July 22nd, when ESPN broadcasted the International Championship of Dota 2, a type of game called the Multiplayer Online Battle Arena, or MOBA for short. Many in the gaming community thought it was a step forward. However, ESPN and the sport community thought otherwise. These comments belittled what ESPN were doing, and that video games aren't sports. Even the president of ESPN, John Skipper, says that it's not a sport, it's a competition. Chess is a competition. Checkers is a competition. Mostly, I'm interested in doing real sports. With John Skipper's logic in mind, basketball and other sports are also competitions, yet they're still considered sports and aren't treated the way esports are. In the past, ESPN has aired the World Series of Poker, cup stacking, and spelling bees. But esports still gets such a hard time from people, even though these broadcasts don't have team competition, precision, or require their athletes to be in a peak physical condition. Now, I don't know about you, but cup stacking, poker, and spelling bees don't seem much of a sport compared to esports. So why should they get such a bad rap about this? But just like the physical sports, they both have many similarities, having equivalent balances to make sure games are fair, players acting as reserves for the game if required, and the biggest similarity are that they both require managers, coaches, reserve players, and even referees to be considered an actual competing team. Now from a numbers perspective, in 2013, ABC was broadcasting an NBA game drawing over 26 million viewers, and ABC is a very accessible source where you could just stumble upon the channel and watch. Whereas, in the same year, a 3-year-old MOBA by the name of League of Legends drew over 32 million viewers for their World Finals on a live streaming website called Twitch. The site isn't as accessible as the ABC broadcasting channel, so you would have to have some prior knowledge in order to watch what was going on. Referring back to the similarities of the physical and electronic sports are that they both practice. Some players in the NFL spend around 5 to 7 hours a day practicing and reviewing gameplay, while some esports players spend around 8 to 12 hours a day doing the same. These esports athletes are in peak physical form, and some can perform 10 actions per second. I mean seriously, just look how fast he's typing right now. It's not just the esports community who view these players as athletes now. The US government does as well. For years now, it's been difficult for foreign players to enter on US land to play in tournaments. Visas are a tricky topic to deal with as is, and coming to a country just to play a video game isn't the easiest to convince people, especially the rather old people in the government. But after a long fight, the US finally recognizes esport players as professional athletes and will grant them visas to enter the US for events. Being recognized as professional athletes by one of the world's most influential governments is a huge step for the scene of esports. Although this action will help esports catch up to the traditional sports, it's becoming more accepted, which is a great thing. Once again, ESPN has aired the Dota 2 International Tournament, trying to integrate esports to television, but without the people of ESPN promoting and supporting, people will pay little attention to something that deserves to be mentioned among these traditional sports.